put the thing down. I like the way it smells when I know it's rain coming. She don't like the way it hit the 10 on the hat.
Going on? What's happening? Yeah. I was gonna wait till I got back to my place of slumber, but I figured why not? I just realized I gotta get my license plate thing. It don't cost me that much, so I'll do it tomorrow or the next day. I don't know, but I'm about to turn all that stuff in, but. You see the thumbnail. So the EPA has confirmed that, and you know the narrative, they're going to push Russia hackers. When y'all should already know who it is. We're not here to go into that because that's hearsay. But I've been tampering. I have it on my tablet. Been tampering with water, and one case where a worker actually watched. I'm at the overview. Watched. This individual watched the water being tampered with before they went ahead and stopped it. And what they were doing is, you know, they use bleach and chlorine and all these kind of things to do what they do to the water, besides adding stuff to it. And my thing is not that. You can research that. I don't want to talk about it because it's political. A lot of people know I'm not into politics. I think it's politicking. There's a lot more things that meet the eye. But it's like 97, about 100 degrees it feels like. But what I'm going to say is, some of you who live in the cities, if you're not going to leave, you want to stay there. I'm not saying it's the best idea. All right, because I know a lot of you haven't never figured anything. You just got where you are and you're stationary, and that's where you're supplanted. So you just, all right, that means under control. But regardless of that, you can get like a 100-gallon bladder where you can put it in your tub. And you can pour that water in it, and then there are filtering systems that you can purchase anywhere from like $25 to like $300-400, unless you want to spend, you know, if you have, $3,000 to $5,000 to spend on them, where they come in and install this thing in your house to filter the water and alkalinize it, Kangen or whatever, Kangen or whatever, Kangen water or whatever. But you can get a 100-gallon bladder, put it in your tub, fill it up. Now, you don't have to leave it in your tub, but that's what most people are doing. Because people have realized that it's better and easier to take bird baths. They're washing away essential microbes and stuff like that that are actually required besides the bad ones. As you know, the bird flu, whatever, is airborne. I haven't even looked up what they mean by airborne. I don't know if they mean transmittable or it's literally in the air. And some of you, besides the cities and the rural and places like that, you really should look at filtering your water, even as far as finding certain roots and stuff that you can put in the water that will mineralize it, even certain basalt salts and stuff. Why am I saying that? Because you have all been conditioned to believe that you need water to sustain yourself, which is H2O, which is toxic to the body. And regardless of that, I'm not even moving and the map is moving. That should express something to you that somebody right now is looking at. Anyway, that's how stupid they are. But These things I think are important. Now, I told you that you can get grapevines, you know, if the grape tree, which is not something that spirals up like a vine, but the grape tree, which is a tree, you can get the vines if you can find them, and that will filter and mineralize water with chlorophyll and everything if it's a little green. I also told you the other ways for those who have a hard time with a certain cedar type branch to turn upside down. If you got a plastic container, it'll actually help remove some of the PFAS. This is paramount to having a deeper understanding. So I've been looking at things like in Tucson and around there as far as certain growths that we have here that can also, unbeknown, can help with the filtration of the water, because mostly everywhere is controlled by a water plant facility. Like I said, the New World Order agenda or whatever would have never took off if they hadn't already situated everywhere. So not even here is safe as far as the mitigation of water. Now, it's smaller numbers here, and most people here are very ignorant, whether you want to say country folk or just, you know. And if not, they're probably doing that with the water here. Now, plastic containers, you already know there's several different types of PFAS. It's probably more besides the fact that there's a small sublime amount of unnatural water. Why do I say this? Because it is well known that most grains you buy today, if it's processed, that means they stripped out the living organism in it, and it's an empty nutrient. And what they do is they put a synthetic, you know, when you see enriched flour, they put a synthetic organism in it to which your body cannot process synthetic materials. Like I said, they knew what they were doing. When I state eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, most of you people are around so-called scientists, and you are not stepping to them, asking them what's going on, and most of you don't know who the scientists are because you have been just living this impractical life that you find practical because it's the dream to have something normal when you're not really doing what it takes to have or exist in normal anymore. So the EPA, you can look it up for yourself. I'm not going to go into it. I'm not pulling out verbatim because I don't have the tablet here to read it, or I'm not on the internet to pull up the newspapers or what's the EPA has proposed or said over the last few weeks or whatever. I come to find out there was a tornado in Texas a couple of days ago, and 3 people, I believe, were found to be not here no more as far as physically. A lot of damage. A lot of this stuff is not natural, people. The Midwest, of course, has been hit hard. The funny thing is not fall, nor is it spring. So we're getting these variables, and nobody really wants to accept a plausible or possible reality that this is a controlled atmospheric condition. And when I say atmospheric, I'm talking about your water, the air, everything. When you sun gaze, people, I want to advise this. Based on certain particles and metals they're putting in there that cause a refraction or a higher reflection, be mindful and careful because there can be retina damage based on not having the body having all the appropriate minerals. So as I stated before, sun up, sun down, if you have a direct view, is the best time because there's a natural iridescence that happens, okay? You don't have to be directly, me, I stare directly in the sun where everything focals in. I get this dark zone, blah, 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 channel, whatever you want to call it, like blinders, and then I'm able to open it. And that's called through lateral control. And there's other words and narratives. There are times when I'm sun gazing and I know right away to look away, get my 35 rotations, sand, cold water, allow my eyes to, I actually walk into my apartment and move through there with my eyes closed to get to the cold water, to soak the cold water in my eyes to correct what may be a fallacy or some form of damage. I don't share everything because I'd rather have y'all around me right here, burning a fire at the mountaintop, smoke signal if they want to call it that, but to have it gather and bring a tone, a variant. We have to be practical, and we have to look at what it is and what has been done, because nobody was really ahead of the game. Now, when I spoke on these things in the past, people were just eyes crazy while they were making their coffee. I'm about to get rid of the microwave. I know it's damaging. I always knew it. It's an excellent microwave. I'm not in fear of it, yet I know what it causes, what it strips away, how it heats the water, that fluoride becomes fluorescein, which is more toxic no matter what you put in it. So everything I've been pretty much doing has mostly been on the stove top, even though it's electric, until I'm at the place where I can gather tumbleweeds and shit and burn a fire and put my tin, not mean aluminum, but my copper or whatever it is I decide to utilize to cook with, until that takes place, then so be it. I'm the type of person who can live off of quail eggs, beans, all right? I'm serious. I can live off of that. And certain fruits. Things have to give, and y'all have to stop giving, and giving in ignorance. It has to happen. All right, I'm gonna drive on up because I want to make something to eat. It's about 1:08, so I get everything prepped, get the skillet hot, warmed up, and I'll sit down and partake. And then an hour after that, maybe an hour and a half after that, come on and we'll get our read on. Okay, Adi Mikowski, William Cooper, you know, the 5D, the 5 diabolical, duplicitous, dangerous, for the black community, and Heaven Bearers. And also I'm going to read a little more Facts of Facts. No 100 years of lynching. We'll get that, I said, around Wednesday or Thursday. I want y'all to level out. This is not to raise, you know, this era about we got to go out and strike out and do this. It's not that. I want y'all to look into what the EPA stated. I want you to be able to, because they want to push the war, and these fake individuals will do anything, and their puppets will do anything to acquiesce and create the narrative to further push the people of ignorance, like the people who have run over there to fight. Now, I'm grateful for the Africans and the people who have went and fought the Chinese and the Japanese on the side of the Russians, yet that is political. So I can't respect it. I'm grateful. I can't respect it. The wars that is taking place on both sides is conscripted by the enemy. It is not based upon people's perception, which is skewed as well, but control. Most people say, nah, man, I made that choice. No, you were under duress. You just didn't know it because of your ignorance. Okay? I'm not here to stop or save anyone. I am just pointing out things because balance is not there. It is far from it. Okay? It is far from it. And when I say balance, it'd be more entertaining. The enemy is not as bright or intelligent, trust me. If that were the case, they would have never had to use what you created, who you are, hide your identity, and everything else. All right? Like I said, they're not as powerful as you think. I'm using this, I don't feel like looking at it. I'd rather you see my face when I'm talking. Vibrating, whatever you want to call it. Hey, girl. Talk to my tree right here. I would prefer y'all actually do the research and see what you come up with, see what you find. You know what I mean? I appreciate everybody that came in on the last live. Obviously, there were hidden individuals coming to watch because of things that are put forward, and they have no idea, no clue of what they're hearing or listening to. They are watching, and they believe themselves to be equipped to have a deeper knowledge. And in trusting me, they're far from. Far from. So I'm gonna head in here, get this prepped up. I'll set the live up for the read, and I welcome everybody to come in and have a seat. And the read, I may break down a little bit, but I'm going to just read. Obviously, some people have realized that, oh yeah, he's talking a lot, it's true, but he's still putting on an act. Well, because I need to drive you. You know, if you pick up a book and it doesn't grab you in the first chapter or two, you're not going to read the book, you're going to put it down. Obviously, I can do a lot more as far as content creating. I can sit there, I can upload the videos of me building models, some goofy experiments that are well known. I could do all that. I'm not here for that. I can show you how to make small little flour and sugar rockets you know, because I like rockets. I like building rockets by the narrative. I like making planes. I'm really looking at here, I can do it in a short period of time of making some fighter jets out of paper and cardboard using super glue, Gorilla Glue, and Elmer's glue. I was sitting there saying, wow, Reg, you know how to make this stuff. Why don't you make it? You know, I made hardened paper guns that shoot real, you know, so, and baking soda. And I'm sitting here saying to myself, do I want to go that route? No, because balance, people. You understand, just like you're not making a change, they're not going to make a change. They're not going to stop, just like you're going to stay steadfast in that disposition, that ignorance that you're in. That's everybody, except for those who are actually freeing themselves and they're in a rush, in a rut, and they want everything to work out. Things have to be done a certain way, sadly, and we must be mindful of that. And even those who believe or find themselves in a place they feel secure and safe, even they are not. Nowhere. Nowhere. Numbers, people. Some will say, in numbers though, they could just drop a bomb. Damn it, they could drop a bomb on your ass. Stop being retarded. People make more excuses irrationally and never will pose themselves in the rational department to be able to find the good product to say that this I will purchase. Today they buy any and everything. Only thing that I like that was from TRU, besides what people sent me, like the little people mail me stuff. I prefer the few dollars in the Cashapp, but I appreciate the things you purchase. TRU was hitting people left and right with toxic material, synthetics, and everything else. And then when people sit down, they're going to put their emotions and feelings when they learn how to harvest wool and how to grow cotton in a desert area, which is easy. And then they go out and have to pick it because they don't have the practice. And then they find out how to clean it when you wonder how we're going to clean it because the water's poison, blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of things going on most people aren't entitling themselves to know how to deal with and to partake in and to better themselves. Anyway, you know I can go on and on and on. Don't want to beat a horse in the head. I'm not saying it's dead. Yet, something's going to give. I prefer to see people be the tool or the vice that gives way and makes the change. You know what I mean? Anyway, let me get out of this thing. It's nice and cool in here. And I guess it's 97, 98 degrees, so it's 100 outside with the sun index coming off the pavement, concrete, and everything else. About 105 probably. And get inside. There's no AC on. I like the heat. I like to know I'm sweating. I already did my squats. I put my little knee braces on and my back brace, and I put 55 pound chains on my shoulder, and I did just one set of 20 squats, and man, my knee was a popping and a cracking. I'm hoping that all the cartilage ain't gone. But I felt good. So let me go in here and get my food ready, and I'll see y'all roughly eat about 3:30. All right. Marcus, hey, the internet just kicked in. Snoo, hey, me and more. Ganja, what's happening? So appreciate everybody that stops through. Just think about these things. Or don't dwell on it and don't allow yourself to become physically ill because I'm pointing this out. You dig what I'm saying? Hey, baby girl Slaughter, what's going on, hon? Don't allow yourself to be don't make something and don't allow fear to rule and don't get so caught in and choked up to where you become physically sick. Take it like information, process it, research it, and then act upon it, okay? See y'all here in a couple of hours.